Alright, greetings and salutations. My name is Comic Fire, and welcome back for more Shin Megami Tensei Soul Hackers.
Only authorized personnel are allowed in.
We are authorized. Hurry up and let us through.
Oh, sure. I'll let you through after you show me some ID.
We got you, Kevin.
All right. You can go through.
Alright, that felt a little easier than it should have been. Anyway, time to head on to the actual final dungeon, though this one is, the hardest thing about this dungeon is, getting into it. That was the most RPG-ass line I've ever heard. Anyway, I didn't realize you could probably hit down and go into it, because I don't think any other building in the game has done that. So time to go through another Mass Effect elevator and, well, get there eventually. I really love the dungeon theme with this one. Anyway, this one should seem familiar. Hahaha. Anyway, this dungeon's full of some really rock and rollin' enemies. Like, look at that, it's another Paimon. I'm a fan of cats. I love how they just fuck off. It's like, oh, I'm being too greedy. Guess I better fuck off after taking this. That won't make me seem greedy at all. Fucking Paimon. Anyway, there's a lot of treasures in here, but some of them aren't really worth risking the stronger enemies here. So whatever I go for is generally what I'm going to recommend. I think I skip over the Masakato helm, but in order for the MC to wear the Masakato equipment, he has to have, I believe, 10 magic. It's 10 or 12. And there's certain, like, equipment bits that you can equip that'll raise your magic a little bit. That'll help out with it. It's a good armor set from what I understand. So anyway, I really like the, this particular snake enemy because he's like, cool. No, keep giving me money, keep giving me money. And this is the conclusion. Yeah, we get attacked. You could also just keep giving that guy 1 yen magnetite, whatever he was asking for, and it'll all pay off in the end. Is any of it worth it? No. I don't know if that demon's any particularly any good either. You could probably fuse into something fine, but get to see Megatola in action. Anyway, if you don't attend it to the post-game, money is no longer an issue, so you dick. Wow, this wasn't enough. Guess I'll kill you, even though this is very specifically what I asked for. Yeah, money's no longer an issue. Just to throw money at your problems. Tisla Media or whatever won't join us, but at least we get some cool sake. I think that particular sake brand is very good. Like, as far as its effects goes, it's a very particularly strong one. If you haven't had sake in real life, it fucking sucks. I'm sure it's an acquired taste, I just don't wish to acquire that taste. When I acquire sake, I wish to acquire literally any other tasting liquor and get it out of my mouth. Not as bad as vodka, but... Oh, we got a free katana. Let's see how that works out. Daihanya, even though I totally forgot what it was. Might as well. Now, Nemesis equipment doesn't mean a diddly darn thing, but... because she's going to be chucking out magic the entire time. Anyway, I was stupid and just completely ignored that. Or just didn't seem to notice it. This one's straight up better. Much higher hit than the Claymore. Not as overall cool as the Headhunter, but at least it always works. So it'll be a fine thing for us to totally ignore as we sit the MC in the back and guard for the rest of the game. I know I've complained about it before, but just the way it's set up, like, you get all this cool shit for the MC, and you can't really use it because you're so afraid of him dying. That's why I'm really glad that later SMTs dropped the whole, your MC dies and it's game over, because it just means you have a total liability that you're afraid to use. And that's no fun. It's like the whole game becomes an escort mission. And it's not even like your MC is like particularly powerful to benefit from it. Anyway, we get Night next. That's it, guys. We stopped the fall. Hey, Yaksa, you want to join? Perry, Yaksa, any one of yous? Fortunately, the demons here have been very, very open to working with us. None of them are going to be particularly useful for the fight, but... Oh.
Hello? UH was searching all around for information that might help.
Did he find any?
Looks like he found something.
Ah.
I'm giving him the phone. Hey, Tommy. Can you hear me? I hacked into the Amami Monolith's network and found a hidden file. I don't really know what it means, but maybe it means something to you. Okay, here goes.
Let's see.
Incident report. Regarding the removal of demons at the proposed site for Manitou in Nikamimon's subterranean ruins. Naomi's services were procured. Apsu has been dealt with. Naomi's current whereabouts are unknown. While researching the remaining data, we have determined Apsu's tendencies in battle. Apsu was skilled with magic attacks, but had low tolerance against physical attacks. It is unknown whether Manitou has inherited these properties. We are currently still investigating. That's what it says. Does any of that help you at all? Do you need me to read it again? Hey, was I any help? It was because of me that Spooky... So I couldn't just stand around. Good luck.
No, Yuichi. Anyway, I don't know what the game is talking about. Apsu is completely the opposite. Totally physical with low resistance to magic. So I guess the total opposite of Apsu.
What should we do? Are you listening? What's wrong? Why are you looking around like that? Do you know this place? Look, there's no point in sitting around down here. This hole looks safe enough. Why don't we go in? Come on, let's go.
What a weird thing to say. That should be totally fine. We get to go super fast on this really fun slide.
Ow, what the hell? Stupid hole. My ass is on fire. Damn, that hurts.
You slid all that down on your ass.
Jump down here. Hey, why aren't you saying anything?
I'm a silent protagonist.
Whoa, where are we?
Anyway, this section of the game is entirely new. Of course, it couldn't be as simple as just going through the same shit Naomi did. That would be ludicrous. And hey, we have Titania and Oberon, the power couple for the ages. These guys are pretty simple. I kind of got nervous when looking at these guys the first time, but... Ignore an attack. Or just spook him. Haha, take that. Where the spookies die, get cut in half. And we get the Queen's Whip, which, again, I don't know why I bother equipping all of these new items on Nemissa, or even the MC at this point, because physical weapons are totally useless for her. Again, like I said, unless you build a physical Nemissa. I kind of want to do like a challenge run like that, building a physical Nemissa, but that's totally butchering yourself. Because you can get physical demons, it's just you can't really build them. You don't really get a demon like Nemissa ever again, so take full advantage of her. Anyway, fortunately, this isn't anything like Soul Hacker. This isn't anything like Strange Journey in terms of difficulty. It's a pretty simple teleport path. If you don't have the maps equipped, probably going to be a little annoying because it does show you where the pitfalls are. And I believe all the pitfalls do are just you take damage and probably get shunted somewhere else, but... In fact, I'm willing to bet that middle one there is most likely the pitfall that you have to like warp back to and it takes you back to the beginning. I didn't fall through the pitfalls, so I didn't have to worry about it. Anyway, the path we're taking is the way to get treasure, so... It's nice. Fuck off, Orochi. I hate demons that do that. Like, that's not a fun game mechanic. Yeah, at least we got 42 bucks for it. Except the yen exchange rate is totally different, so I don't know why I keep saying that. Get a nice healing space, though. Generally, I recommend just, you have like half your squad being the demons you're gonna bring against Manitou, and the other half being just demons that you can like talk to people with. Or talk to other demons with, so you can just get away without fighting. I'm gonna say level 58 is a pretty good spot to be in. Nemissa is going to learn her last relevant skill at level 60, being your multi-hitting elemental skill, your Mabufula, your Miragion, your Mazionga. But that's not going to be too helpful against the bosses coming up. And she does learn her much better skills, being her Naomi exclusive skills in Overlord at level 75. But by the time you're level 75, even magical Manitou would just fall immediately to your... probably just even your MC throwing out sword attacks. So yeah, level 60 is probably where the developers intended you to be, given that I've done very little grinding, and look at where I am. Like I said, I'm fast enough. Just focus on your endurance at this point. Just in case your Tetrakarn user's a little too slow. And we get the Kishin coat. You become weak to expel, but you nullify death. So that would have been something or Kishin Kote, rather. I wouldn't have minded that. Much earlier on. Yeah, I was checking to see what the difference between those two was, and I'm like, -2 strength, but +5 magic. That actually might not have been half bad for the bosses coming up, because you don't need strength. Alright, thank you, Dupang. I really like Dupang. He always shows up at the end of the game, and by the time he starts showing up and I can get one on my team, I always feel really powerful, even though I never end up using it. Yay, let's keep on equipping Nemissa with a total revolving door of weapons. It's good fun. All in good fun. But we're coming up on the end here. So Soul Hackers will be done soon. And since I won't have commentary for the finale, I should probably get out my emotions about this LP out now. So you can mute this if you have no interest in this, because not like the sounds are going to be too interesting for a while. This LP went on way longer than I intended. I started this almost 2 years ago. Oh, hey, a Rengda, Nyx, and a Murmur. Not at all difficult if you've got your Megadola up. I don't know if Mazionga would help, because I'm pretty sure Rongda is either immune to or absorbs you, if I'm not mistaken. Damn, how much did that gun hit for? Yeah, Rongda's not at all an issue. The LP went on way longer than I meant for it to. It was just a very difficult LP to try to record, being, this game's very difficult and it's very stressful to play at times. So, you know how it goes. SMTs are not the easiest games to handle. Get some stun grenades. Yay. And we get the Masakado helm. There it was. I can check this out myself now. Requires magic 10 to equip. Each one has a nullification but comes with its own weakness, and none of them overlap, so you're trading in potentially one set of weaknesses for another. Fair warning. But the stats are good. This was a very stressful game. I wish I just bid on using the auto map hack a little earlier instead of trying to be foolishly prideful with it. No point in showing off if you're not having fun. So this has been my longest running LP by far, and I'm happy to have it be done with. Like, not like haha, yes, finally, fuck it, I never have to worry about it again, but it is nice to finally have this one under my belt and not have to worry about it again. I'm most likely not going to do the post-game stuff. A lot of that stuff is already been handled by Buffmeister on YouTube, like all the bosses and whatnot, so just go watch those, because everything I see about those is not fun, so if someone else has handled them, I'll let him handle it. Anyway, now wouldn't be a bad time to get some D-Soul spent. I bought Loki here, or I'm going to buy Loki here, because I remember him being very good when I first played the game. I don't end up using Loki, so... It's because of that damn alignment hack thing. Screw it. We don't need a Shirasama anymore. We don't really need a Stoma. I think I have another demon with the Stoma anyway. If you don't have a good, I believe Shiki-Oji came with one of the either Tetrakarn or Makarakarn, and he's pretty speedy too. So you can just buy one of those if you go on the right, the Michi path. I don't know if Shiki-Oji is exclusive to Female Angel, but you know how it goes. Shame I didn't get Female Namichi to show off Lucifrost, which is one of the most fun demons in the game. I never had the level to buy it, but I love its design. We get the Ursa Major Bow from some demon. I don't actually know what it was, I just wanted to show it off. Anyway, run through here. If you stop at all, you take some not insignificant damage. And straight ahead is the treasure room, and I had to totally check to make sure I wasn't, I had a guide going to say what rooms to go to, which is about as helpful as a map at this point. Yeah. Not at all upset to see this one done and dusted. It did give me an appreciation for the game that I didn't have before. But, you know. I don't even know what to say. What do you say at the end of a 2-year-long LP? It's just, I'm happy to have it done, and I hope people enjoyed it. So, we'll just call it an LP after this. We'll move on to what's next, which... When did I get a second one? Did I buy one, or did I get it as a random drop? Treasure room's not really all that great, is it? Oh well. We'll move on to our my next LP sometime after this, though I don't really know what it will be yet, or how much LPing I'll be doing after this, because it's LPing's definitely becoming diminishing returns at this point. Especially with the way YouTube's going. If this was my grand finale LP, I wouldn't be upset. Because it's starting to, I don't want to say going the way of the dodo yet, but LPing's heyday has come and gone. So I'll keep it up for fun, but I don't want to make this as stressful as Soul Hackers was ever again. And we get a Soma from that fight, which is dope.
How are we supposed to get out of here?
There's a giant thing you could probably crawl through up there.
Offer the sign to the box, and the path shall open.
The fuck does that mean?
The box part, it's talking about the chests to the left and right of here. But what is the sign that it's talking about? What do you think?
Well, let's take a look. Box is shut tight. And it's the thing that we got from Azazel.
Hey, you gave it the sign. Look, the walls. Wow, the whole wall came down. Nice. Now we can keep going.
Feels like it would have been just as easy to, like, jump and climb into it, but, you know, I guess Azazel would probably need the extra space with those giant-ass tire arms. Anyway, this is very close to the final room. You can run into a couple more enemies here. There's a terminal. That healing space back there is the best you've got, which is some really... Not lazy, but, like, really sadistic game design. Yeah, didn't even get the chance. Oh well. Since I won't have commentary for the finale, I'm going to put the descriptions of how I handle these bosses in the description. Even though it becomes rapidly apparent, and I did bring up every strategy I did bring up during the Amami Monolith, and you know exactly where the fight against Physical Manitou is going, so, like I said, that one's much easier. Magical Manitou is one of the hardest final bosses I've experienced. That's not really true. Well, no, I did it on a level 60 with, like, the easy difficulty hack, so. Yeah, and I'm bringing out a lot of bullshit demons for this next part coming up, too, because I didn't really fuse anything great. But, you know, it's kind of the way the cookie crumbles around these parts. So, next room is the final one, Power Stone Hall and the big finale. So thank you so very much for joining me for Let's Play Soul Hackers, and I'll see you guys in whatever comes next. Thank you so very much. I love you all.